Hey team captains, I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to touch base with you and I thought a video might be a little more exciting than just an email. So I've got my little notes here so I can remember what I'm going to say today. But I just wanted to encourage you guys in a few things. First of all, I'm so excited. I feel like the new schedule is going really well. At least from an organizational standpoint, it's going really well, and so I'm just really excited about that, and I'm super excited to see you guys especially just jump on board, have team spirit, which is super exciting. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to have that team feel a little bit more. So I'm really excited about that. There's a couple things I wanted to just share with you guys today. The first one is one of the really kind of the main things that I envision for you guys as team captains is to really help every single volunteer that we have feel like they're a part, like they belong, like we care about them. And because of the number of volunteers that we have, that's hard for me to personally do. And so I want to pass that on to you guys as leaders. And to help me with that. And so one of my main goals is going to be to touch base with you guys the most, see how you're doing, how everything's going for you, that sort of thing, and then pass that along so that you do that with the rest of the volunteers. And of course I'll do that as I can as well with everybody. But so looking kind of at our teams, and there's 3 team captains per team. And so one of my biggest hopes for you guys, and the way that I feel like this will work, is for you guys to touch base with the people on your team, and we can just split it between the 3 of you. I tried to get a guy on every team, just to keep that a little easier with the guys that are on the team. Maybe you as a guy can touch base with those men. Just might be a little bit easier that way. But there's a couple different ways that we can do this. If you guys already know people on your teams that you want to touch base with, you want to pour into their life, that's awesome. Or I can actually just go split the teams up and sort of assign. I don't know that I want it to be that strict, but kind of give you some people to touch base with. Or you guys can maybe work together, the 3 of you each as team captains, and sort of look at your teams and figure out, okay, I'll get these people, you get these people, and you get these. And basically what I want to see happening is just however you see fit to touch base with them. If it's easier for you to email or call or shoot a text message, that seems to probably be the most popular way. And just touch base and, hey, so-and-so, how are you? Just want to touch base, see how you're doing. How is life? Is there anything that we can do for you? Just so that they feel important, and they feel like they belong here, and they feel like they know you guys. I think that's going to be really, really good for the team. And so and then, of course, if they give you prayer requests, I want to create that kind of environment. Something that I really love about what Cody does with his choir team is that they share prayer requests amongst each other. And so they have a contact person that if they have a need, they email that person, and then they kind of send it out to the people that can pray for that. And so I want to kind of create that same sort of environment where people on our teams know, hey, Danica, I can contact you when I have a prayer request, and you're one of the first people that they think of. But that isn't just going to happen. That takes time, and it takes a bit of a relationship, at least knowing that, hey, she's texted me before, so I'm going to ask her, and that sort of thing. And so one thing that Pastor Dave said to us in one of our meetings that we had recently just about leadership was that you can't just tell somebody or make it clear to somebody that you care about them just on Sunday mornings. I do my very best to do that with all of our volunteers that come in, but it really requires more than that. It requires something happening during the week. Shooting them that text, letting them know, hey, I'm praying for you, just want to know how you're doing, is everything good, how's the family, yada yada. Maybe you know more specific things that you can ask about, and as you build those relationships, you'll have more specific things to ask, but that's really, really good. And then when Sunday morning comes and you see each other, there's already a relationship there, and so they know that you care, but it's really hard to do that just on Sunday mornings, especially because you guys are in classrooms as well, and so you may not see them. But so during the week, that's really important. And I don't expect you guys to do this all the time. I know that there's a lot of people, so it could get time consuming, but just once a month, or maybe, once every other month or something like that, just shoot some people a text. And what I may do is I may just go ahead and split up, kind of divide people per team captain on the teams, and I'll shoot an email to you guys with that. And if you amongst yourselves just kind of want to switch that around, or I want to talk to this person or whatever, I'll let you guys kind of decide that together. What may be the best way for you. Some of you may not really know anybody on the team, so just a list of names would be really helpful. So something else I wanted to talk about, just as individuals, something that we've been talking about as a staff in Tree Kids is developing a growth plan. And it's something that I really hadn't done much thinking about. Actually, not at all. I mean, I've set goals for my life or things I want to get better at, but I never really set like a growth plan for my life. And if you're a key leader and you were in that meeting this beginning of this month when we had that, they talked about that a little bit. They did a John Maxwell video. And so it's something I just want to encourage you guys with. Growth is not something that just happens, and that's something that I really believed for a long time. Well, as I'm in school, or as I get a job, or as I do this or that, growth is just going to kind of happen. And it does a little bit in certain ways, but we really have to be intentional about growing, especially in our relationship with God. Because even working at a church, being on staff here, it doesn't just happen. You really have to be intentional about growing your relationship with God. And so for me personally, we challenged each other as a staff here at Tree Kids, or what are some things that you're working on? So for me personally, I'm working on my personal devotional time. I need to get better at that. I need to make it more consistent. And then also just time management, which those kind of play hand in hand. I oftentimes don't have it because I haven't managed my time well. And so working on time management, and then also that personal time. And so those are the two things that I'm working on. And we've been encouraged to journal this. So I'm going to write down the things that I want to grow in. I'm going to kind of create a plan for how I can do that. Maybe schedule devotional time, maybe start having better to-do lists so I can make sure I'm managing my time while setting priorities correctly. And then journaling every week or so to kind of see, am I on track? Am I doing this? Am I improving in what I want to grow in? So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that. Take some time this week and weekend to think about, what am I doing to grow myself as a person? And maybe in my relationship with Jesus, but maybe just as a mom or a dad, or as an employee where I work, or as a daughter or son or a brother or sister or whatever. What am I doing to grow myself? So just want to kind of encourage you guys with that. And John Maxwell has a book, and I forgot to look up the name. So when I give you guys that email, I'll put the name of that book. Maybe you'd be interested in reading it. It's good. So, and then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, I'm trying to keep this short. It's already gone a little longer than I wanted. The last thing that I just wanted to talk to you guys about was just, I'm going to encourage you as leaders and as team captains to do what we call shoulder tapping, which is basically just recruiting. We have some holes in our schedule, and I'm about to send out a revised schedule and then all the contact sheets for our swapping. And there's some holes, and we need some teachers. And so I want to encourage you guys, especially in our ones class, we actually need about 3 or 4 new ones teachers. We need some 2s teachers. We need some 3s teachers. So we're really needing some more people to come on board. And we do recruitment tables, and as a team, we're doing our best to talk to people, to get people. But I think you guys as captains and as people that are in the classrooms, hearing it from you is going to be the best way to get people on board. So I encourage you, ask some people, just let them know, hey, come shadow me on a Sunday and see what it's like. And just see if this might be something you'd like to do. They're more than welcome to do that. So they can just come see. They don't have to sign their life away or anything like that, but they can come shadow and come see. So I encourage you guys to think about some people that you know around the church who might be really good. You need some special people for ones, and we have amazing, amazing ones teachers. We just need more. And so I want to encourage you guys to look for that, to look for some people who maybe would want to work in ECM. So, and encourage them to come shadow you, or encourage them to come talk to me. They can come fill out an application. A lot of times it just takes, hey, come serve with me. Hey, come do this with me. You can be on my team, or whatever, it might be, hype that up. So, but I want to thank you guys. Y'all are awesome. I love you. I'm so honored and blessed to get to do ministry with you guys, and I think y'all are just rock stars. You are so great with the kids. You're phenomenal leaders, and you've taken all of this change in stride, and you've really done a fantastic job, and I just want to say thank you for that. It means so much to me, just your support and just talking it up. It's been awesome, so thank you guys for that. So be looking for an email from me just to you guys as captains with kind of a split up of people that you can touch base with, as well as the name of that book that I can't remember. And then there will be another email out to everybody that's going to be the revised schedule and all the sheets for swapping. So, and thank you to you. I know some of you have made swaps without even having those sheets. That's awesome. Y'all are just stepping it up, and I'm so excited. So we will talk soon. Love you guys. See you later.